Okay, so we found this hole about 2 or 3 days ago, and it's a cave. And this is about how deep in the ground I am here. So just see, it's about what, 12 feet, 15 feet. So I'm going in. You'll be the first to see this ever. Ugh. So here's this, and over here we got a hole. Dang it. Here are all the geodes that have come out of this cave so far. There's probably more in the dirt that I haven't sifted. And here's all the artifacts I've found so far, and animal bones. A little bit of wood ash right there. And there was a lot of fired rock too. Like this was used. I don't know if they cracked nuts with it or what, but it's red where it had been fired. And there's a lot of this stuff that's even redder than this. That's not on these tables. But there's like a whole bucket of flint too. Like, that's pretty. It's been fired. You see where it's turned red. Okay, so this is the first time I've actually recorded anything about this cave on a real camera, so I want to climb down here and show you what we're dealing with. This thing is, we know it's somewhere around 35 to 38 feet deep. There's another room up underneath that ledge right there. And this was actually one big room here that I could crawl into. And we found all kinds of stalactites, or not stalactites, but calcite geodes. But yeah, up underneath there's a whole big room, and this thing, it does not fill up with water. The water just keeps, I mean, sometimes there'll be thousands of gallons of water running in this thing, but today it's just me. I'm gonna try to winch this dirt up out of here. I haven't had any luck so far using it, so hopefully I can figure this out. But here we go. Okay, so something else that I'd like to add to is we think that this cave was at least a little bit bigger than what it is now. I'm guessing probably somewhere between 15 and 20 feet. And what happened was the front of it had collapsed in, and you essentially, I guess, turned it into a sinkhole. But the thing is, there was a stone bottom to this cave, and the mud couldn't go down. It could only go into the side of the hill, where you can actually see it in the first video where I found this thing. The mud actually was hitting a stone wall and then running down into another room. And also, we're guessing, like I said, this is all just, we don't know what it was like 2,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago. But we're guessing that animals and people, or both, was using this cave because of all the bones that we found. We found wood ash, we found fired rock, we found just a spear, just a lot of the things that kind of point to, hey, this was probably a bigger system at one time, and everything just got buried from where the front of that cave collapsed. And you're probably thinking, hey, like, why in the world would you get into a cave that had collapsed before? I mean, are you afraid it's going to collapse again? Well, I think what happened was, this was like on the side of a hill, and the part that was more was higher up and closer to the ground level got exposed, and it froze and thawed, and over years, and all the water running through it, just it eroded that section a lot faster, because now we're actually into the side of the hill, and we're way down in there. There's like probably, I don't know, 5 to 8 foot of actual topsoil, like, and dirt between that rock and the elements. And then there's another at least 7 to 8 feet or more of stone that's keeping this thing from falling in on us. It just seems like it's a lot safer. And I guess that's about all I have to say about the actual cave itself. And like I said, we're just guessing. So I got like I said, a paleontologist from UC. He's coming out maybe tomorrow to take a look, and I'm just gonna pick his brain and see what he thinks happened, and if he thinks all these theories that we have are crazy or not. But just stick with us. We'll keep you posted. So I'm gonna show you guys what we're doing here and our progress. This hole's actually bigger, a little bit bigger than this. We ran out of time, and I threw a bunch of dirt back here from out of the bottom of the hole. So this room's actually a little bit bigger. Probably, I don't know, there's probably like 2 or 3 buckets of dirt sitting here, but here's what we found. All the water is traveling down there, and we know there's a little bit of a ledge right there that's open. We accidentally, well, me, I guess, filled it back in a little bit. We was trying to wash it out, but yeah, it's a long way up there. Pretty neat stuff. So I'll get back with you guys when we get some more done. Okay, so it was August 1st, it was August 27th last year, I discovered what might be a cave. For years, so I bought my place in 2015, no, sorry, 2016, and I didn't know this until recently, but the state came out and did a karst survey, which means they was looking for sinkholes and caves and stuff like that. Anyways, there was a picture, and this what we thought was a sinkhole was only like a foot deep in 2015. Well, fast forward to last year, which was 2024, this thing was probably somewhere around 12 foot was what we was guessing deep. And there's actually 2 springs that are connected, or we think might be connected to this cave system. And curiosity got the best of me. I mean, I knew this thing was growing every year, so I hopped down in there and I took out like 3 scoops of dirt, and there was a hole, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it actually it didn't go down, it went into the side of the hill. And 3 days later, I found this actually below that spring, which is just absolutely awesome. This is a Dina spear, which they believe is the Native Americans that made Serpent Mound. And then I found this about a month and a half ago up above the cave. It's broke, but it's still neat. You can actually see through it whenever sunlight hits it. Yeah, so I contacted the Columbus State Department, and they sent out a couple different guys. Actually, conveniently, one of them lives just 2 roads down from my house, and the other one, he finally came out about a week and a half ago, and finally got to see this thing, and they're both really excited. They're both helping me dig this out, and they said that judging by the size of the opening and I mean, the amount of water that's had to flow through this thing, like they're pretty excited and think that this thing keeps on going. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I contacted the paleontologist at UC. He's interested. We've been in contact for a year now. I keep finding bones down in this thing. It's gotten to the point where it's just so far down in there. Like, I'm at the mercy of everybody helping me. I can't do it by myself now. I can't. You got to have a rope to get down in and out of this thing. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'll keep you guys posted. And another thing too, this is my first time ever doing anything like this, filming anything. And the guy that volunteers for the state for the cave surveys and stuff, he's a lot better at this than I am. So if he starts picking up the documenting all this stuff, I'll let him do it. I feel like if there is anything important down in here, we need to film it, and it needs to be documented. And that's more important, I think, than the videos. As far as, like, I'm not looking for a bunch of fans. I'm not looking to get rich. I just think if we find a bunch of Ice Age stuff in here, or Native American stuff, or anything like that, I feel like it's very important that we document it. So I will add a link on there with his name's Jake Cooper. I'll add it, and even if he doesn't film it, watch some of his videos. They're cool. Yeah, if it keeps on going, definitely watch me or watch Jake. We will keep you posted one way or another. So thank you. I might add, since I started finding all this stuff, I've been absolutely addicted to looking for arrowheads. So yeah, I'll show you some pictures of stuff I found just since August 1st of last year. It's been right at a year, and I found some really cool stuff. Something to add is, like, I'm not that far from Serpent Mound. I'm just guessing 7 miles upstream of Serpent Mound. My creek actually runs into Brush Creek, and I tried kayaking it last year, and it was just absolutely miserable. It was dry. It was way too dry. Had to drag my kayak like probably 40 times. But it's definitely something neat just to realize that, I mean, there had to have been a lot of Native Americans. If I could find an arrowhead, anybody can find an arrowhead. And I've found probably 70 arrowheads just in the last, spears and arrowheads and knives, just in the last year. It's neat to think that stuff, there's that much stuff still out there. There's not a whole lot of people that plow anymore. And on top of that, a lot of stuff has been found. But I've been pretty fortunate enough that there's a lot of Mennonites and Amish in my area. There's actually a tobacco farmer too that lets me hunt on his place. And they still do some plowing, and that helps out greatly. And I really appreciate them guys for letting me find all this stuff. But I'll load a picture up of all the stuff I found just so everybody can see.
Oh, my friend Mike just walked up on a good one. Look at this, boys. Woo!
Oh,
oh my
that's super
God.
nice. Look at that.
Oh my.